This week on the Mainly Moonology Podcast, I'm going to give you an overview of the astrology of 2025 from the introduction of my Moonology Diary 2025. Let me start by saying that if you would like to know a ton of information about 2025 and what the astrology is going to be all about and what it's actually going to mean, because we've got lots of planets changing signs like Jupiter and Neptune and Saturn, and it's all just pretty intense actually. I will be holding a free, in inverted commas, workshop very soon. I believe it's the first weekend of January. You can find out all the details about this workshop on a page I'll give you in a minute. But let me just tell you, it's called the Kickstart 2025 workshop. It's something I hold every year. I've held it for many years now, something like 6 years. We've already got, I think, 4,000 people registered. And the idea is going to help you to release old patterns from 2024, help you to awaken your actual potential, and help you to manifest your dreams. So if you would like to come to the Kickstart 2025 workshop, like I said, it's free in inverted commas. It's actually a money can't buy thing. You can't just buy a ticket. It's free when you buy a copy of my Moonology Diary 2025 or a copy of my Moonology Desk Calendar 2025. Now, these both sell out every year, and I'm about to read to you from the Moonology Diary 2025, so you'll get a gist of what the diary is about. But basically, as well as the introduction, which I will be reading you parts of on the podcast this week to give you an overview of the astrology, it also has all the new moons in there, and then every new moon we do talk about what the new moon's doing. Is it clashing with Saturn? Is it clicking with Venus? What's it doing? Is it positive? Is it challenging? We have space for new moon wishes. I mean, it's genuinely a life-changing product, a life-changing diary if you choose to use it. If you buy it and use it. If you buy it and leave it on a shelf, obviously it will do very little. But if you're serious about having an amazing 2025, grab a copy of the diary, get free access to my workshop. Just go to moonmessages.com/my diary. moonmessages.com/my diary. Okay, so let's get into it. What is the astrology about in 2025? And as it says in my Moonology Diary, which I'm holding in my hot little hands here in Bondi, Australia, this year we are heading into uncharted waters. There are massive energy shifts coming our way, some of which haven't been seen for literally hundreds of years. So it's a year to throw away the past and whatever didn't work out for you and see where you are now. Okay, you got that? It's a year to throw away the past, whatever didn't work out for you, and see where you are now. Remember, it's in the present that you create your future, which makes me think of my lovely friend Leon Naxon. Sorry, I've got the door open. I'm in Bondi Beach and I've got the windows open and the sliding doors open because it's so beautiful, but that was a car honking. Anyway, my friend Leon Naxon, who is the former CEO, I think, of Hay House Australia. His son has now, I think, taken over. Leon is semi-retired. But he used to say, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, the present is a gift. Something like that. Thanks, Leon, for that. I hope you get it. All right. Okay. So it's in the present that you'll create your future. And this diary aims to help you do exactly that. Not to overstate it. And I remember writing this. This diary contains the keys to the universe. I did write that. And I really thought about it before I wrote it because it's a very, very, very big claim. But I know that really and truly this diary does contain the keys to the universe if you use it. And again, if you want to buy it and get a free ticket to my Kickstart 2025 workshop, moonmessages.com/my diary. And by the way, we've got 4,000 people registered and I'm pretty sure we have to cap it at 5,000. So if you want to come, buy now. All right, so before we get into the details of the energies of the year ahead and how to use them to shape your life, please let me remind you how you can create your life. Remember, I'm reading from the diary. I say remind you because even if this is your first time reading a Moonology Diary, on some level, you know that you're creating your life with your thoughts and emotions. This diary is designed to give you a guide to the energies coming at you, so to speak, to help you navigate and stay centered so that you can make the most of the energetic portals opening up in 2025. So, in a nutshell, this is what we do with Moonology. We make wishes at the new moon. We go for it in the waxing cycle from new to full moon. We surrender it all to the divine, release and forgive at the full moon, and then we let it all go in the waning cycle from the full moon back to new moon. So you're aware, just so you're aware, this process is based on the 1 month of the lunar cycle. The word month actually shares its roots with the word moon, as well as the old world word moons. So I'm not reading very well today, but anyway, hopefully you're keeping up. The moon moves through the 12 zodiac signs or star signs each lunar cycle each month, and we get 1 new moon and 1 full moon every month. Occasionally, there are 3 new or full moons in a single month, and the third moon is known as a blue moon. Anyway, Moonology isn't something I invented, although I did coin the word and actually trademarked it. It's rather a set of teachings drawn from many magical women and enlightened men over the years who've contributed to our understanding of how to work with the moon and how the moon works. So let us talk about what is coming up with the moon in 2025. We will have a grand total of, it's not the same every year, it happens to be 24 new and full moons, 12 new moons, 12 full moons. 2025 will kick off with the full moon in Cancer on January 13 and end with the new moon in Sagittarius on December 20. So that is 12 chances to make your wishes and set your intentions, 12 chances to make peace with what is and release, 12 chances to redirect yourself if you feel you've gone off course, 12 chances to think about what really matters to you, and 12 chances to rewrite your life story. Okay, so, but then as I say in here, don't just buy this diary, read the introduction and leave it on your pile of unread books and wonder why the magic isn't happening. I've been working with the moon for more than 20 years and I've worked really hard to craft the information that I give you, paring it back as much as I possibly can so that all you have to do is the bare minimum to get amazing results. All right, so basically what is happening in 2025? There's a whole lot of information here about how to work out what's going on in your personal chart, but let's talk about 2025. So I'm going to give you a rundown. There are 4 eclipses. So eclipses always come in pairs. We always get a minimum of 4 and we get a maximum of 7. This year we've got 4. We have a full moon eclipse March 14 in Virgo, new moon eclipse March 29 in Aries, where I'll be doing a big thing online actually. The full moon eclipse on September 7 in the sign of Pisces, and then a new moon eclipse in the sign of Virgo on September 21. So basically we have eclipses in Aries, 2 in Virgo, and 1 in Aries, 2 in Virgo, and 1 in Pisces. And if you get the diary, there's also all the degrees there, so you can start to look at where it's taking place in your chart. Is it your love zone, or your home zone, or your communication zone, or your sex zone, or whatever, money zone? So although we focus on Moonology in the diary, it's also useful to know about the general astrological backdrop for the year, and that's what I want to give you now in the podcast. We are sailing into uncharted waters because 4 of the major planets are changing signs this year. So I give you a quick table of the changes that are happening. Note that the last 3 signs show Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus all retrograding. But don't worry about that. I'll explain more about that as the year progresses. Okay, so basically, the big astrology news is between March 30 and September 1. March 30, we get Neptune into Aries. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting because Aries is, of course, the first sign of the zodiac. Wherever you have Aries in your chart is where you're going to experience this. And I show you how to work that out with diary. But basically, Neptune is the planet of the divine. It's the planet of the numinous. It's the planet of all things mystical. And we are starting a new cycle. So it's going to be very interesting to see where that leads us. Also, though, we're going to get Saturn into Aries as well, March 25. Again, it's the start of a new cycle. There's a whole lot of new energy coming in this year. Saturn is all about lessons and stability, and it's starting over. And again, wherever you have Aries in your chart is where you're going to get, so you're going to get all the divine inspiration, but also all the down-to-earth reality checks about how to achieve whatever you want to do. Now, the next thing is that Jupiter will be moving into Cancer June 9, which is brilliant, not least because a lot of the people who listen to this podcast either are Cancerian or have lots of Cancerian planets, moon children, because that's why, one of the reasons why you might be extra drawn to the moon, but a lot of people are drawn to the moon even if they're not. But if you are, Jupiter's the planet of good luck. So wherever you have Jupiter in your chart is where you're getting extra lucky in 2025. And if you happen to be Cancerian, it's like an extra lucky time for you. Or if you have any other planets or angles in Cancer. And then we get July the 7th, we're having Uranus moving into Gemini, which is chaotic and liberating in equal measures. So again, wherever you have Gemini in your chart is where you're going to expect lots of upheaval and changes and a roller coaster ride. But also, in a very nice way, it's also where you can really break free. And then actually we get some retrogrades. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a drone going past my window. We get lots of retrogrades. So really the number one thing is to try and find out where all those energies are taking place. And I do explain it all in the diary. Again, if you'd like to come and hear more about it, come to my workshop, which will be taking place. Let me just quickly look. I'm sorry I don't know the date off the top of my head. I should do. I'm just going to look. All right, I've checked my diary and it's January the 4th. It's actually taking place at about 10 p.m. Australia time. So late here in Australia where I am for Christmas and New Year, and actually for a few more weeks after that, and slightly more reasonable times in the rest of the world. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I just really want to leave you with the message that's on the back of the Moonology Diary. So prepare, this is all about 2025, okay? So it's time to prepare for exciting, changing, uncharted waters in 2025. Massive energy shifts are headed our way in the new year, and it really is a year to throw away the past and whatever didn't work out, to review where you are now and decide where you want to go. It's in the present that you manifest your future, and this diary aims to help you do exactly that. It hands you the keys to success. Or as I say in the diary itself, it hands you the keys to the universe. So I'm going to end with a chant for those of you who've managed to listen to the end. And if you'd like to join in with me, you can either chant with me. I'm just doing the Om Namo Narayani chant. And if you'd like to chant it with me, then do so. If you'd like to just listen, let it wash all over you. It means I surrender to the divine. So let's just surrender the year ahead to the divine. Okay, so hands on your heart if you feel like it, prayer position or open palm facing the sky, in a mudra or not in a mudra, whatever you feel like. Let's just do the chant. And I'm going to just say one more thing before I chant, which is the chant that I learned at the ashram in India, where I've been going for nearly 20 years. And I'll be going there in about 2 weeks from now. I'm very excited. And I will be recording the odd podcast. I'll record, I think, 2 podcasts, or actually maybe 3 podcasts while I'm there. So, and if you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, do so, because I'll be doing some social media posts. You can just find me under Yasmin Boland on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So here we go. Here's the chant. Let us offer, it's no small thing to do, let us offer this year up to the divine. Divine, we trust you to help us learn the lessons we need to, so that we don't have to bang into too much really difficult karma. Thank you for being with us. We'd like to sign up for the wonderful 2025 program rather than the life lessons, please, if we possibly can. May we all be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Here we go. Om Namo Narayani. Om Namo Narayani. Om I'm going to leave it there, and I'm actually just going to just put that on the end of this podcast for another 5 minutes for anyone who really needs to hand it all over to the divine. Remember, the Divine Mother always looks after her children. Speak to you next week. Om Namo Narayani. 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 Om.